This is 19 on our agenda, AB 2580.
I think we're just bringing in my witnesses.
Yeah.
I'd like to start by thanking the chair and members of the committee for working on this important bill, and to say that I will be accepting the proposed amendments in an effort to keep the work going. AB 2580 seeks to give foster parents greater opportunity to accept a foster child back into their loving home when and only when reunification with the parent fails. Members, the lives of foster youth, as we all know, are more times than not very tumultuous. If a family is willing to step in and love a child, then we should at the very least be encouraging them to do so. The goal of this bill remains very simple: to ensure that foster youth are provided as much stability and support in their lives as possible. While I understand and support the goal of parental reunification, it should not be at the expense of a child's well-being, mental or physical. Too often, parents are not ready to meet the rigors of reunification head-on, and harm is inflicted on the child. Whether it be a relapse of addiction, an episode of abuse, or simply a violation of parole, harm is inflicted each time a child is forced to leave the home of a parent and move into a new home that they are unfamiliar with. The fewer homes a foster child must interface with, the better. This bill, in the amended form I have accepted today, would simply allow foster parents to inform a child's social worker of their interest in bringing that child back into their home if reunification fails. This may provide foster youth an opportunity to move into a home with people who already love him or her, to an environment with which they are already familiar. In short, AB 2580 simply provides a child with a very small opportunity for more stability. And while we're accepting the amendments today, the challenge is there's nothing in current law that would prevent a foster family from already informing a social worker that they would be interested in having that child back into their home if that child re-enters the dependency court. So I'm hopeful that in moving forward, I could continue to work with you, Madam Chair, as well as the next committee, the Judiciary Committee, which you chair, Mr. Stone, in order to hopefully strengthen the bill so that we can really act in the best interest of a child. It was pointed out to us today by somebody who I believe may be testifying today that the WIC code in current law already provides preference to place a foster youth in a former foster home. And so if that's the case, we do believe it makes sense to provide notice to that former foster home as well, if and when a child is returned to the dependency court. Moving forward, as I said, I look forward to continuing to work with both of you on improving the bill further and making sure that placement decisions are made in the very best interest of the children involved. With me to discuss the merits of this bill are Yolo County Supervisor Matt Rexroad and also his wife Jennifer Rexroad, who are former foster parents.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Matt Rexroad. I'm a Yolo County Supervisor, and Yolo County is in support of this bill. The general belief is that the more loving parents or loving adults are in a child's life, whether they be foster parents, family members, the better. The idea of giving notification to 5 people removed to them in the family relation or a foster parent would seem to me to be about the same level of privacy concern. In fact, I would argue that a child that it's been in the care of a foster family for a period of time probably has a greater connection to them than with a relative 5 times removed from them. And simply notification, not guaranteeing placement, but notification that a child that they cared for is back in the system would give them the opportunity to lobby for that child and help that child and be able to offer their services for stability for that child. They're looking, many times bonds are created between the child and the foster families, and we should want to continue them. Notification does no harm to the child, doesn't guarantee placement any place, but we think it's in the best interest of those children.
I think there's a very simple protocol can be set up that puts the burden on the foster parent to express their interest in continued commitment to the child, their interest in notification, and it could be, in our case, we had a placement from that we brought home from the hospital, and we had him until he was 25 months old. So in our mind, he is just, to us, we have the same commitment to him as we do to our biological children. So even if he came back into care at 19 years old as a transitional age foster youth, we would absolutely always take him back into our care. And I see this type of notification as being very simple, and it's not that the department necessarily wouldn't want to do it right now. There's just no protocol and standard for it, and it would be very helpful in placing hard to place kids, especially in their teens or in transitional age. If you can reach out to those parents who have a continued lifelong commitment to the child, then we're going to have a whole another population of homes and families to reach out to and help them.
Thank you. Others in support?
Madam Chair, members of the committee, Paula Treat on behalf of Paula Treat. And I wanted to wholeheartedly support this bill. I feel that there are far too few foster parents who do it for all the right reasons, and this is a typical case of why I think this should move further to make sure that you have a wider bench of those people that the children can come back to.
Thank you. Others in support? Name and organization.
Kelly Brooks. I'm representing the County Welfare Directors Association today, and we just want to thank the author for the work on the amendments, and it removes our concerns. Thank you.
Susan Abrams with Children's Law Center of California. Likewise, want to thank the author, and we are withdrawing our opposition. The code section that was referenced is WIC 361.2E5, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert Stevenson. I'm Policy Director for Ladle. They represent 21,000 parents in Los Angeles County. And we had initially opposed the bill the way it was written, but with this amendment, we certainly will go forward and try to support the bill. Thank you very much.
Lexi Howard with the Juvenile Court Judges of California, a section of the California Judges Association. Previously opposed. We thank the committee staff and the author for their hard work on this, and we'll be removing our opposition. Thank you.
Martha Matthews, Children's Rights Project of Public Counsel in Los Angeles. We also had serious concerns with the bill, which have been resolved by the proposed amendment, so we would be in support.
Thank you very much. Anyone in opposition? Seeing none, any questions or comments by committee members? Seeing none, would you like to close?
Sure. Respectfully ask for your aye vote, and more importantly and urgently, respect your continued work with me and cooperation as we try to improve the bill for the best interest of the children. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And if the bill does change substantially, we will call it back, but thank you so much for the work on it. We appreciate it. Thank you. And we'll take action when we have a quorum. Mr. Holden, this item number 17, AB 2552. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. And members, it's a pleasure to be before you today to present AB 2552, which provides a clothing allowance for foster children placed in families that are receiving support through the approved Relative Caregiver Funding Option Program. Relative caregivers are the backbone of our child welfare system. Relative foster parent placements are more cost-effective, tend to lead to more long-term placement stability, and offer better connections to the child's community. The approved Relative Caregiver Program provides funding to these families, but it does not equal to what they would receive with a non-relative. The clothing allowance would consist of an additional $240 a year for 3 years, distributed monthly in counties that have opted into the program. The additional allowance would go a long way to ensuring the success of the placement and assist the families in meeting all the child's needs at the moment of placement. I'd like to thank you for your consideration of this bill and ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Others in support of the bill? Please state your name and organization.
Rebecca Gonzalez, National Association of Social Workers, California Chapter in support.
Thank you.
Angie Schwartz, the Alliance for Children's Rights in support.
Thanks.
Kim Lewis with Aspirinet in support.
Martha Matthews, Public Counsel, Children's Rights Project in support.
Thank you.
Susan Abrams, Children's Law Center of California in support.
Thank you. Anyone in opposition? Seeing none, any questions from committee members? Seeing none, would you like to close?
I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. We'll take the bill up when we have a quorum.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are we short an author? Do we have any authors?
Leo signed first.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay, we'll have Mr. Linder present. Let's see. Mr. Linder, item number 1984. Thank you.
When I don't have my folder, I thought they'd be out here with it.
And then, hi. We need Ms. Grove back so we can get a quorum. We have not been able to achieve a quorum yet. And Lopez is coming, so then we will. Mr. Linder, Mr. Mainshine can present if you need to wait.
Yes, go ahead. I'm waiting for my folder.
Thank you, Mr. Mainshine. This is item number 14, AB 2256. Welcome. We're all running around all over the place today.
Busy day today.
It is.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairwoman and members. The information collected by the dozens of state-funded agencies and nonprofits about homelessness in California is often kept in isolation. In order to take steps to fight homelessness, we need to standardize the manner in which this data is shared and increase public access so as to elevate engagement on this critical issue. Existing law provides for various programs to provide services for people who are homeless within the California Health and Human Services Agency's area. Information about the individuals participating in these services is not required to be shared. AB 2256 would require a homeless service provider to submit a simple report to the California Health and Human Services Agency that contains specified data regarding homeless children or youth and homeless persons. In addition, this bill would require the data reported to the California Health and Human Services Agency to be published on their open data portal. The result of submitting this data would be a statewide database of information regarding homeless children or youth, as well as homeless people and the public services being used. Making this data readily available will enable state and local governments to develop better programs to target the needs of these individuals and utilize funding and other resources in the most efficient manner. AB 2256 strengthens the abilities of those trying to fight homelessness. Here with me to testify in support is Rob Karenke from Grassroots Labs and Anya Lawler from the Western Center on Law and Poverty. And Assemblymember Chair Bonilla, I would like to thank you and your staff for working with my office on this bill, and I will take the amendments to address the concerns mentioned in the analysis.
Thank you very much. In support, 2 minutes each. Thank you.
Thanks, Assemblymember Mainshine and committee members. There are more than 100,000 homeless individuals in California today, and in fact, there are more homeless Californians today than there were all persons living in California when we became a state. Most distressing, 10,000 of these homeless individuals are children or youth, and nearly 1 in 3 homeless children in the United States are here in California. This is an issue that knows no borders, and the policy solutions also must be based on the best possible information from all jurisdictions and providers of care. It is just these kinds of difficult, multifaceted issues that cross many communities and varied interests that the open data movement is uniquely constituted to address. Improving the collection and aggregation of critical data is a vital first step to addressing these large, seemingly intractable issues. As the Assemblyman mentioned, AB 2256 would require a homeless services provider to submit to the California Health and Human Services Agency a report that contains key data regarding the homeless persons and children that their organization serves. This information will be directed to the California Health and Human Services Open Data Portal, which was launched 2 years ago and has received national acclaim as a repository of key information. The goal of this bill is really to gather more and better information on this critical issue and to leverage the collective power of public servants, researchers, innovators, nonprofits, and everyday Californians to understand these problems and help create the solutions to a tragic epidemic. We can't address an issue that exists everywhere with information that lives in silos. There are many examples of successful programs that locally address the homeless issue, and I believe that many of these efforts are predicated on the collaboration of numerous public, private, and nonprofit organizations in sharing information that helps everyone involved make greater contributions. AB 2256 will provide a path forward to broadening these successes and addressing one of the most challenging and pressing issues facing our state today. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Next.
Anya Lawler on behalf of Western Center on Law and Poverty here in support. Apologies, we did not get our letter in, but we will be getting that to you shortly. We very much appreciate the work that the committee did on this bill. We like the direction the bill is going. I think the analysis rightly points out that it's really important to define what we mean as success. In the homelessness arena, it's definitely not just about saving money, but it's about ensuring that people have a stable home with the appropriate services to keep them housed. But I think that data is really critical in doing that, and having access to data. In some cases, the data that this bill is trying to get access to exists, but it exists maybe at the federal level or within the local continuum of care, but it's not making it to the state to help us in our decision making. And so we really appreciate the bill, and we look forward to working with the author on moving it forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Others in support?
Yeah, Kevin Aslan, Coalition California Welfare Rights Organization, strong support. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone in opposition? Seeing none, any questions from the committee? Seeing none, would you like to close?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, members, and I'd respectfully request an aye vote.
Thank you. We now have a quorum. So we can't take action until we establish our quorum. Please take roll.
Bonilla,
Aye. I mean here.
Grove, Calderon, Lopez. Here. Mainshine.
Here.
Yeah, we're just taking roll. I did the same.
Stone. Thurman. Okay, we have a quorum.
We have a quorum. All right. Do I have a motion on this bill? Second. Let's take roll. I seconded it.
Yeah. Oops. Bonilla.
Aye.
Bonilla, aye. Grove, Calderon, Lopez. Lopez, aye. Mainshine.
Aye.
Mainshine, aye. Stone. Stone, aye. Thurman. Bill is out.
Okay. Do we have a motion on the consent calendar? Thank you. Second.
Okay.
We'll now vote on the consent calendar.
You bet.
Which is a lot of bills.
You want me to read them all?
Yes.
Item number 2, AB 1790 by Assemblymember Weber, as amended. Item number 4, AB 1911 by Assemblymember Eggman. Item number 6, AB 1997 by Assemblymember Stone. Item number 7, AB 2015 by Assemblymember McCarty. Item number 9, AB 2057 by Assemblymember Stone. Item number 11, AB 2062, as amended by Assemblymember Lopez. Item number 15, AB 2368 by Assemblymember Gordon. Item number 18, AB 2565 by Assemblymember Salas. Item number 23 by Assemblymember Chavez, AB 2869. And item number 24, AB 2877 by the Human Services Committee.
Okay. Did we have a motion already?
Bonilla.
Aye.
Bonilla, aye. Grove. Calderon. Lopez. Lopez, aye. Mainshine. Mainshine, aye. Stone. Stone, aye. Thurman. Consent calendar's out.
Okay, Mr. Linder, you're up.
My apologies. I guess my notes were sent to the wrong committee room. So thank you, Madam Chair and members. Within the last decade, California has emerged as a trailblazer in aligning policy with the needs of foster youth. Several studies commend our laws for emphasizing the importance of extracurricular activities in the development of foster children. However, without the necessary funding, our youth are unable to take full advantage of the intent of the law. AB 1984 establishes a program funded and administered by the California Department of Social Services that will provide foster youth with enrichment activity grants of up to $500. On average, students in foster care lag far behind their classmates. Less than half graduate from high school, and only 3 to 5% graduate from four-year colleges. Additionally, foster youth are disproportionately subject to suspension, expulsion, and contacts with juvenile justice system. Enrichment activities, such lessons as in music, school trips, summer camps, are proven to positively impact a young person's attendance, motivation, academic achievement, self-esteem, and behavior. For students, participating in enrichment activities can make the difference between dropping out of high school and excelling in higher education. AB 1984 ensures that foster youth have the necessary resources to participate in the same enrichment activities that are available to their peers and are critical to healthy developmental and school success. Graciously accept the amendments proposed in the analysis and want to thank the committee staff, the sponsors, and the stakeholders for their valuable input. I have with me today the bill's Jennifer Rodriguez from the Youth Law Center and Veronica Contreras from California Youth Connection.
Thank you very much. 2 minutes each.
Great.
Welcome.
Thank you. The Youth Law Center is very proud to partner with the California Youth Connection in co-sponsoring AB 1984, this bill to provide foster youth and foster care critical funding to allow equal access to enrichment and extracurricular activities, which we know are critical to healthy development and success. Our advocacy at the Youth Law Center is founded on the application of child development and brain research into child welfare policy and practice. While we know more today than we have ever known about what works to support the healthy development of children, including the great benefit of enrichment activities, our current child welfare state policy and resource allocation does not yet adequately reflect that knowledge. Ensuring that California provides youth in foster care the chance to participate in normal enrichment activities and receive the protective, skill-building, and nurturing benefits of these activities in order to reach their full potential is a key part of our mission. While our policy efforts reflect California's commitment to improve educational outcomes for foster youth and promote normalcy, it's now time to act on the over 2 decades of research that confirm that children and youth who participate in after-school programs experience positive benefits in a number of interrelated outcome areas: academic, social-emotional, prevention, and health and wellness. For youth in foster care who experience so many more challenges succeeding in school, healing from abuse, neglect, and trauma, maintaining physical and mental wellness, and avoiding the delinquency system, and developing healthy relationship with other peers and adults, these benefits are even more necessary and even more impactful. Sports participation, art, music, healthy pro-social group activities are important, and they're unfortunately very rare opportunities for foster youth to develop new nurturing relationships with adults and find alternative outlets for wellness that help them develop skills and interests, leadership skills, and find self-empowerment. The timing of this bill is particularly important in supporting California's major policy effort to transition foster youth from institutional congregate care to family homes, as required by AB 403. AB 403 implementation requires that group homes transition to short-term residential treatment centers. This creates urgency around building supports in family homes that the youth will transition to. Family homes currently only receive very minimal reimbursement to meet the needs of their children in care, approximately $400 to $1,000 per month per child. This is in contrast to group homes who receive $8,000 to $10,000 per month per child. This amount that families receive is inadequate even to cover a growing child's clothes, food, transportation, and school expenses, let alone to pay for any extracurricular or enrichment activities, or even summer childcare. Families and youth desperately need funding for these type of activities to support the mental health and wellness of children in their care and to fill unstructured after-school time. Many children in California are like me. In foster care, I had experienced everything and yet had experienced nothing. I was an expert on psych meds, how to tongue them, how to get the good ones, what side effects each one caused. I'd spent years on the streets, had a record documenting my experiences being arrested and spending time in juvenile hall for assault, shoplifting, and prostitution. I knew how to hotwire group home vans, how to make college student staff quit, how to get myself out of just about every dangerous situation, but I had experienced nothing that other kids my age ever had. Never played a sport, never been a Girl Scout, never been camping on an airplane to the beach, to a school dance, or taken art or music. This is why AB 1984 matters. The child welfare system tries its best, but it's unable to protect youth from all the experiences that can break their spirit and body, but completely insulates youth from just about every experience and relationship that might help them heal, form a new identity, and thrive as an adult. For many youth, it's not until they leave care and find organizations like CYC and have a chance to travel, advocate, and get involved in policy that their worlds open up and they learn who they're meant to be. I want this for every single youth and child in foster care, and AB 1984 gives us that chance. We respectfully request your aye vote.
Thank you. We have 1 minute left.
Kyle Spoiler with the California Youth Connection. We're thrilled to sponsor this legislation. As Mr. Linder noted, we have a youth member here who'd like to share with you her experience with extracurricular activities.
Very, very briefly, we've used up the time.
So, hi, my name's Veronica Contreras, and I myself work with foster youth in Butte County, and I also chairperson of the Butte chapter for CYC, and I've been involved my whole life with foster care, being in care for at least 7 to 8 years, and then got adopted. But throughout my life, I wanted to play sports. I wanted to be as normal as possible by being involved, being able to go to prom, going to ASB, being involved in things that would later shape my life and my character as a grown person afterwards. I didn't have these privileges. I did play sports, but I had to fund myself through it because I had to work in high school along with keeping good grades because it was mandatory by the court, and it was just difficult to find funding for that. I had to, work during my lunch hours when it wasn't supposed to be, I don't know. It was just a little difficult for me to fund myself through it, but I feel like it is very important for people to have these opportunities and for foster youth to take advantage of this in a way that later they're gonna show and shape these people. We want them to be civilized and be able to be as normal as possible and have some sort of life,
Right.
and look back and have good memories on what they were able to do, go to prom for their senior year, and just like many of us don't have that opportunity. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Others in support? Seeing none, anyone in opposition? Seeing none, any questions from the committee? All right. Thank you so much. Would you like to close?
Thank you. I respectfully ask for your aye vote. I think this is a bill that's very much needed, and I think that we can all see the real benefits of this that we can provide for our foster youth. So respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Do we have a motion? Second?
Bonilla.
Aye.
Bonilla, aye. Grove. Calderon. Lopez. Lopez, aye. Mainshine. Stone. Stone, aye. Thurmond.
Okay.
Bill
We'll
needs
add
one
on
more.
later. Thank you very much. Mr. Bloom.